Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And oh, I was just about to say, we are live. Oh, we are now. Okay, let's get this thing copacetic. What I need to get rid of that. Get that out of here. What else are we looking at? What am I hearing? I'm hearing things. Am I hearing things? What is this? Am I hearing things in the cans? What's going on? Yeah, okay. I think I might be hearing things. All right, first things first. Let me drop the link immediately. Boom. 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 Okay, so there's the link. Second thing, you want to get into the sound check. Without much further ado, let's do that. Let's do that now. Without delay.
I'm about to expose.
Boom. Let's have a look. 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 Without delay.
I'm about to expose.
Boom. Let's do that now. Without delay. Okay.
I'm about to expose.
Boom. I think that's good. I think we could do just a little bit more volume on the music. That sounds good. Gotta make sure the levels. Hold on. Hold on. Let's make sure the levels are optimal. Okay. Levels are good. Session has commenced. Oh, is that it? Let's get the thumbnail up. Let's give you the menu for tonight before going to the roll call. Where we at? Boom. Kaboom. Let's get that a little bit bigger. We'll leave it just there. It's perfect as it is. Okay. So what's the menu? Hello and welcome to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. And it's Boxing Talk with Raphie. It's the weekend wrap-up. It's the original wrap-up show. Don't settle for false imitations, which are a mere figment of your imagination. Oh, me. Gotta stick with the original. No counterfeit, no Xerox. Okay, so what we're looking at, of course, we're going to have to touch on the Conor Ben situation. Of course, we're going to have to look at the Tyson Fury situation. Tyson Fury lost it with True Geordie. How could you lose it with True Geordie? How are you going to go with True Geordie like that? Or we're going to have the audio and the footage over here on Boxing Talk with Raphie. Okay. And of course, we're going to have to look at the fight of the weekend. The fight of the weekend, which was Lomachenko versus LomachenkoOrtiz. We're gonna have to get all up in those topics. Okay. And first things first, let's have a look. Let's have a look at where are we? Okay. Let's have a look what we got going on. What's in the chat? Okay. Hello. I missed the Loma fight. I need to catch up. Was it a controversial win? Well, a lot of people don't view it as a controversial win. A lot of people say Loma won, and that's that. The Raphie, which some people may recall, Most may not, because we didn't go into it extensively. But when that fight was made, I said I'm picking Ortiz. I said I'm picking Ortiz. I remember his previous fight, and he was very impressive. He impressed me. I was impressed. And so, yeah, I thought, this cat here, Ortiz. Don't sleep on Ortiz. And I backed him then. And I scored the fight. I got my scorecard right here. Let's show the scorecard. You know, the Raphie don't just do it via the head. I just don't keep it in my head and expect to remember everything. That's nonsense. Where is it? Can you see the paper? You can just see my fingers. Where's the paper? Where's the paper? You can see the fingers. Let's bring it back a little bit. Let's go forward a little bit. Damn, this hologram. The hologram ain't having it. Let's go up and down. No, the hologram ain't having it. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's go all the way back now. Okay, the hologram ain't having it, but oh, there it is. You can see it there. Boom. There's the paper. That angle. Okay, you can see it there. That's my scorecard. So I got my scorecard, and interestingly enough, what was it on? Where was it on? Hold on a second. Let me go find it. Un momento, mami, slow your tempo. Let me get it now. Let me get it now. Interestingly enough, I was looking for some scorecards, independent scorecards. I like to, compare my scorecards to other scorecards on official scorecards. And interestingly enough, I found, where is it? There it is. I found the scorecard, the unofficial scorecard from Boxing Junkie. They've been covering the game for how many years? Many. And their scorecard, although they didn't score it, but they did a round by round analysis. And their round by round analysis was pretty much damn near almost exactly the same as mine. They didn't score it, but they did the round analysis. Where are we? Let's get out of there. Where are we? Let's get back into this. Okay. So where's the analysis? Where do I drop this? Where can I drop this? Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. So that's their round by round analysis. I've dropped that link in the video of this topic. Dawkins, I think the title is. Title is Jermaine Ortiz. No, Ortiz beat Lomachenko handily according to my scorecard. So that's the video which I dropped yesterday. And I dropped that link in that video. Multiple occasions when people said, well, how have you got that? How did you get that? How did you come to that? How did you come to that? Or how did you arrive at that conclusion? And I said, well, interestingly enough, my assessment, my scorecard is pretty much damn near exactly the same as the analysis of Boxing Junkie. And obviously I did my scorecard before I saw their thing, their analysis. But it matches up, round by round matches up. They kind of shirked the responsibility at the end. They didn't say that Ortiz won, but their round by round analysis, if you go through it, then Ortiz won, even according to their analysis. And he certainly won according to my scorecard. I'm hearing these sounds. What's going on? Philip Khan Roberts says it was close. It was very close. Leon figures up in the building. Where are we at? What is that? What is that there? Let's do this. Let's do that. Okay. And let us continue. Okay. Warp drive activated. Fuzzy is up in the building. I ain't seen Fuzzy in a while, but he's here, mate. He's here. What are we looking at now? What are we looking at now? Usyk not in his... Talking about Tyson Fury. Usyk's not in my era. Don't know what he's on about. I don't know what he's on about. What's this here? Fury was just upset that TG, True Geordie, hit him with hard questions and didn't stand for his BS about the fight with Chisora. Exactly. Exactamundo. True Geordie just gave it to him. True Geordie just gave it to him straight. True Geordie wasn't kissing his cheeks, kissing his sack like a Michelle Joy Phelps or what do you call that guy? What's that? What's his name? Something A. Gareth A. Davis. And the question is, what does the A stand for? Why is there so much reverberation? Why is there so much reverb? Why does everything seem kind of echoey? What's going on? Maybe I just need to... What's going on with my settings? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Settings seem 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Settings seem a little bit echoey. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're good. That should be good. That should be good. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he wasn't getting the Michelle Joy Phelps or the Gareth A. Davis sack kissing to which Tyson Fury has become accustomed to. And then he inevitably threw a hissy fit. We're going to have to get into that. We're going to have to look at that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's work a little bit of magic here. You know, the Raphie is active on the controls. Active on the controls. Not mine. Okay. Ha. Well, there we are. Talk of the devil, and he will appear. It's interesting because somebody said, why is that? What have I got into? What have I got into? Oh. Why have I got that in 2 different places? Hold on. Something missing. Okay. Let's pull up. Dang. That's where to pull this shizzle. That's where to pull these things up. Hold on. It's funny. We had a really funny comment. We're going to bring it up. There's something else. There's a lot of weird, there's a lot of interesting characters out there. There's a lot of interesting cats out there. Where is this cat? Oh, did he respond to me? Oh, he did? Okay, we're going to have to get into this. I don't know who this cat is. Could I even share my screen? Can I share my screen? Let's see. Let's try this. Never actually tried to read comments and get comments up, but hey, let's see. I don't even know if it'll work. I don't know if this next experiment is going to work, but let's give it a shot. I don't know if I've ever done this before. Let's see if we can get this up. Hey, we're going into uncharted territories. We're going where no man has ever gone before. See if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this. Can I do it? Okay, I think I've done it. By Jove, I think I've done it. Let's see if we can get the... Wow, I don't think I've ever done this before. But I think if you can see this clearly. By Jove, I think I've done it. I think I've done it. Okay. I don't know who this cat is, but I saw this comment in... Well, what's the video we're talking about? The video is Ortiz. Ortiz beat Lomachenko handily, according to my scorecard. What next? Okay. So, bunch of comments. Some say yay, some say nay. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. But I come across this. Brandon, I don't know where you're at. As a matter of fact, let me just drop him a line now. Brandon, we're live now. Brandon, I'm live now. I'm live now. Come on and express yourself. Come on and express yourself. It's a live show. It's a live show. Okay, so let's get into this. I don't know. I don't know if there's something in the water. I don't know if there's something wrong with people. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with people. But this guy just had some kind of emotional spaz out. I don't even know if you can see. I don't even know if you can see what was written on the screen. Now, what's going on here? Who we got? Okay. We got a Dari Pennant up in the building. We got the Shiz Biz. New joiners. A Dari Pennant. That we got the Dr. Woodok. Fury said he didn't want to fight an unknown European, yet he fought Schwartz and Wallin. I'd rather he fought Wallin again. Let him fight Wallin again. Yes, Dr. Woodok. Let him fight Wallin again. That would be the better fight than... Let me ask the people. Which would have been the better? Where's the damn poll? Oh, damn. Everything's gone to hell. I'm going to have to resize this. Where's the plus? What is this? Where's the poll? What the hell's going on? Did Loma really will boxing talk with Raphie? Where the hell? Why can't I see my poll? Why can I not see the poll? What the hell has happened to the poll? Huh? What is this? Oh, jeez. I was worried. Answer viewer questions live. Huh? What the hell is that new facility? There's a new function there. How the hell does that work? I'll look into that in a second. Well, first things first, let me ask this question. What would be the better fight? What would be the better fight? Fury v... I'm going to get back to that thing in a second. Fury versus Wally. Versus Wallin. Zora had an option. Who's in the top 10? Who's in the top 10 right now? Let's have a look at the top heavyweights. Let's see who we got to pick from. Let's try and see. What are you seeing? There's the Raphie. The Raphie gives you so much visual stimulation. OMG. Good Lord. Should be illegal. What you got on your screen there? Don't worry. I ain't forgot where I'm doing. We're going to get everything done in a sequential manner. We're looking for a top 10. We're looking for a top 10 for Fury. Joyce wasn't really available. He just finished. Or was he available? Wasn't he? Was he? I don't know. He just finished a scrap. So maybe that's not fair. Parker is his water boy. Frank Sanchez. Hey, he could have fought Frank Sanchez. Would have fought Frank Sanchez and fought him, though. WBC ranked number 3. Hey, we got to put Sanchez on there. We got to put Sanchez on there. Forgot about Sanchez, but we got to put him on there. Sanchez. Where's Sanchez? Sanchez ranked number 9. Ortiz. Was Ortiz available? Was Ortiz available? I don't know. Well, is that enough? Is that enough names? That's enough names. That's enough names. I think that's enough names. So let's just do the poll with that. Wallington is too dangerous for Fury. But we want competitive fights, semi-competitive at least, for goodness sake. Surely that's what we want. Surely that's what we want. Okay, so we got what would be the better fight? The more, should I say more competitive? Let me just make this contract watertight. What would be the more competitive fight? Fury versus Wallin, Chisora, Sanchez. Boom. I think we keep it to that. What would be the more competitive fight? The poll is up. It's right there. Let me drop this down. Let me get this on the hell on up out of here. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat. And where were we? Okay. Oh, yeah. So let's get back into that then. I don't know what's going on with people these days, but you tell me if this is normal. Did I drop the Brandon Lamb? Okay. You tell me if this is not well. And I'm not even I'm not sharing. I'm not even complaining. I mean, people are people and people are gonna be people and people acting, say they move differently. They move differently. I came home from work today and I found this message. In a response, rather. Found this response in the video titled Ortiz beat Lomachenko handily according to my scorecard. What next? And I got my scorecard, but there's another little piece of info. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, I can get to that. Okay, so can I read that from there? Okay, Brandon Lamb. You should be able to, okay. Hopefully you can see that. Brandon Lamb writes, yeah, you have a bit of disdain towards Loma. You hear that? You hear that spite in your voice when you mimicked him. Is these lightweight? These... Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually play you the segment that he's talking about, Brandon Lamb. I'm going to play the segment that he is talking about. Dang, Raphie's going around the world, bringing you the visual stimulation. It's not a figment. Oh, okay. What the hell?
Lightweight? No, this is heavyweight. Yeah, them Annie looking hella big. What was that? Some kind of rap? Them Annie looking hella big.
Can you hear that?
Lomachenko. Dang. Raphie talented.
It's a big lightweight. No, it's heavyweight.
No, it's heavyweight. It's heavyweight. Yeah. So what that tells us is in high spirits. Lomachenko actually, as soon as they gave him the belt, he took the belt. And he walked over to Ortiz's corner. Gave the belt to Ortiz. Ortiz looking like, what's going on? Well, I think that was...
I don't know if you heard that. Okay, I don't know if you did. I don't know if you heard that. Okay, but let me give it to you another way. Raphie likes to give it to you multiple ways. Let me give it to you another way, just to make sure you heard it good.
Scored for Ortiz and 113 punches. Rounds. Could have been some 10.
Let me get to the part of the video.
You have said lightweight.
Okay. You have said.
What do you have to say to Haney, who got in the ring afterwards?
You have said lightweight.
Is this lightweight?
You have said lightweight.
Is this lightweight? No, this is heavyweight.
Is this lightweight?
Is this lightweight? No, this is heavyweight. Yeah, Devin Haney looking hella big.
Okay, so understand that is the section that this cat Brandon Lamb is upset about. So bear in mind that is the segment, that section that this Brandon Lamb fella is upset about. Okay, so let me navigate again. I'm doing a hell of a lot of navigation. We're doing a hell of a lot of navigation. Brandon Lamb, there he is. There he is. Okay, so understand it's that section when I mimic the voice of Lomachenko. Understand that is the section that he's upset about. Now here we go. Here we are. Oh, where's the music? Okay, so you have a bit of disdain towards Loma. You hear that spite in your voice when you mimicked him. I hope you can see this. Now tell me, people, am I living in a parallel universe? Am I living in some kind of parallel universe? What's going on? Lightweight? Is he lightweight? No, he heavyweight. That's what I said, and that's how I said it. And this guy has come to the conclusion that you can hear the spite in my voice when I mimicked him. What the hell is going on? What the hell is this? Oh, okay. It's been deleted. Cool in the gang. Thank you. Marvelous. Thank you. So that's what you're up against when you're a content creator. That's what you're up against. You create entertainment, and then some cat out of nowhere gets upset out of nowhere. Okay, let me continue. You've got something against him. Maybe because he's white. OMG. So this cat who I've never heard of comes out. He listens to an assessment. He listens to a breakdown of a fight. And he concludes that one, the content creator has disdain for the fighter. Two, you can hear the spite in the voice when you mimicked him. Three, you've got something against him. Maybe because he's white. What the hell am I living in a parallel universe? So if you say, according to your scorecard, this fighter won and that fighter lost, then there has to be nefarious reasons. It can't be that you did a scorecard. And incidentally, when I do a scorecard, I don't do a running check. I don't do a running check. I only know who won. I only know who won at the end when I do the totting up. When I do the totting up, that's when I find out. That's when I find out. Now, if this cat had done some research, if he typed in Lomachenko in my channel, if he gone to my channel and typed in Lomachenko and he found a pattern of hatred, if he found some kind of pattern of hatred, then I could maybe understand. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, to just come to the conclusion, oh, it must be racially related, because you think one guy beat another guy, there must be a race motive. What the hell is going on? What is it's that, to me, that's mental. The guy must be mental. He's mentally ill. Maybe because he's talked about as a great fighter, even though you don't see why. Now, once again, clearly, the guy has not done his research. He's not gone into the channel and typed in Lomachenko and pressed enter. And then you'd have all the videos that I've done about Lomachenko. And he'd be more educated. I don't see why. Maybe a combination of the two. Either way, I hope you can get that looked at by your mental health professional. Best of luck, sir. Now, give me strength. Give me strength. What the hell? What's going on? What's going on in the world? Who run the world? What's going on in the world? Okay,
I can answer that question.
Well, I'll let you answer in a second fight, doctor. Uno momento. Mommy, slow your tempo. Hold on. Laugh my ass off. If anyone needs mental health professional, my friend, it's clearly you. Anyone who could jump to as many conclusions as you just did is truly an unbalanced individual. Now, if we can get back to the... Damn. I didn't know I finished the sentence like that. I must have been distracted. I didn't mean to be so enigmatic. Okay. Oh, maybe, it's because I've enlarged it. It probably does carry on, but I've enlarged it so you can see, so it's cut off and it doesn't give me the option to open it up. But anyhow, okay. I'm sure that makes sense to somebody. Oh, I haven't read this yet. This is an hour ago. I haven't read this yet. So we're doing this live. I'm sure that makes sense to someone as smug as yourself. So now I'm smug. What? Okay, so now I'm smug. He's concluded that I'm smug. I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying I'm not. But he's concluded that. He's making a lot of assumptions. I don't think I'm smug, by the way. as smug as yourself. But let me be the first to tell you. Let me be the first. Oh, he's going to tell me something now. You've got a lot of growth. This kid has got a lot of, he's full of advice. He's full of advice. You got a lot growing up to do. Maybe that's why that girl told me that I look like 16. She thought I was 16 the other day. Maybe that's it. Seriously, you aren't fooling. Okay, I'm not fooling him. Okay, Brandon, I'm not fooling you. Okay. Sorry for anybody that I fooled in the past. All right, cool. Brandon, I'm live now. Come on and express yourself. It's the live show. So we might get a visit from Brandon. Hold on a second. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link to the show in that thing. So he's got no reason not to know. Let me drop the link in there. Let me copy that. And let me reply. Oh no, I'm replying to myself. I don't want to do that. I want to reply to Brandon. Yeah. Brandon Lamb. Here's the link, Brandon. Here's the paste. That's the link, Brandon. Fight Doctor. Introduce yourself and talk to me.
Yo, Fight Doctor's in the house on Rick James status as always. Raphie, listen, a couple of things, right? Now, we've had many debates and conversations.
Many.
Right? And there are certain fighters that you, sir, are critical of.
Yes.
Right? Deontay Wilder being one of them.
Yes. Number one. Numero uno.
Yes, sir. And we have gone back and forth concerning Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, the pros and cons, and the merits between the two of them. We've gone back and forth more times than I can remember. More times than I can count. More
times than you care to remember.
Yes, sir. And throughout, this goes back a number of years, if I'm not mistaken.
Years.
Now, in any of those conversations, and I'll be honest with you, I think that, completely honest with you, I think that at times, once or twice, you've been unfair in your criticism of Deontay Wilder.
Maybe.
All right? That's my personal opinion.
Maybe, yeah, you're entitled to it.
However, at no time did I ever think your criticism of Deontay Wilder was racially motivated.
No.
It might have been motivated by, I don't know, an extreme sense of, a need to defend Anthony Joshua and the Anthony Joshua cheerleading contingent.
It was never that.
But it was never in my mind racially motivated. Now, this person who made these statements,
Brandon,
my question to that person is, where were you when my friend, Mr. Dawkins, was criticizing Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
Where were you then?
Shades of Kanye. Shades of Yeezy.
Why did you not have something to say and listen,
of all the times it's a good point. Of all the times I have lambasted Deontay Wilder, stomped him out, put my foot in his throat. Of all the times, of all the years, listen, Brandon Lamb never came in and said, "Yo, Raph, I think you're being racial towards Deontay Wilder."
Look, as much time,
or even xenophobic, or even you're preferring the Brit over the Yank. You know, there was never a time when I saw Brandon Lamb come in and say, yo, there's some racial bias, some nationalistic bias. Again, never. But he never went back into the archives. He never checked. He never did the simplest of things. He never went into the channel, typed in Lomachenko, and found that I think I've been far more complimentary of him on far more occasions than I have been critical of him.
Well, here's what I do know, is that you've been, at least from what I can tell, you've been far more critical of Deontay Wilder.
Yes.
Far more critical of Deontay Wilder than you've ever been of Vasily Lomachenko. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. Far, very much far and away.
So where was this commentary?
Yeah.
Where was this critique?
Yeah.
Of you when you were being critical of Deontay Wilder? Where was this person then?
It was all good. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem then.
Here's what I've come to discover, right? Here's what has just sort of hit me like a bolt of lightning recently.
Yeah.
Certain fan bases for certain fighters suffer from an acute case of penis envy.
Well.
And that applies here where this guy is concerned. You can be as critical as you want of Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Call him all kind of names, talk about how he can't fight, this, that, and other, talk about his legs, whatever. And that's fine. Because look, there's a lot of room for criticism where Deontay Wilder is concerned.
Yeah.
But if you criticize a hair on Lomachenko's head, well, you're racist.
Jeez, Louise. It's crazy, yo.
So why is it that you're racist when you criticize Lomachenko, but you're not racist when you offer far more stinging criticism of Deontay Wilder? Why is that?
On a consistent basis also.
On a consistent basis, like clockwork, damn near.
Like clockwork, damn it.
But you're not racist when you criticize Deontay Wilder.
I'm not racist.
Why
I'm
is
not
that?
nationalistic. I'm not colorist. I'm not. It's all good. It's all good. But I cannot say that I think that according to my scorecard, which I'm going to go on to offer some verification to, because we're going to go into Boxing Junkie. Now, I wrote my scorecard before I saw the Boxing Junkie article. So my scorecard existed in my world before I saw the Boxing Junkie article. But they don't actually score the fight. What they do is they give a couple of sentences per round. But those sentences match up beautifully with my scorecard. And we're gonna have a look at that. For someone to just drop I really think that the world's gone mad. Well, he does acknowledge that judging people off race is a mental disorder that needs looking into. 100%.
Penis envy.
You need to send him a compilation of you imitating Wilder's voice. That happens almost on a weekly basis. I think almost at least 50% of the shows I've imitated. Hey, you know, my name's Deontay Wilder, and I come from down south. I don't care who doesn't understand my greatness. Those who don't understand my greatness, they suffer from ineptitude. And there's nothing that I can do about that. They gotta catch up with me. I do that on almost a weekly basis for however many years this channel has existed. And it's been all good. It's all good. It's laughs. It's what it's about. I know I've hurt some people's feelings. I know for sure I've hurt some people's feelings. But I've never had somebody come at me and say, well, it's racist or it's colorist or it's nationalistic. Maybe they felt it, but they never really said it. Somebody's never just come out of the blue from somebody I've never heard of, never seen a name written in, and all of a sudden it's race related. I don't take it personally, but it's a sad indictment on certain people's mentalities.
Penis envy.
I don't know what the hell it is, but I don't take it personally at all. It's the ravings of someone so lacking in intelligence, so clearly lacking in intelligence. I don't take it personally, but it makes me feel sad for them. It makes me feel sad that someone could perhaps genuinely feel that way. That somebody, maybe a person of color, maybe if I was a white man and I said that, Yo, let me ask him that. I'm just curious. If I was a white man, if I was a HITE white man, what would you say then? What would you say then? So what? Yeah, I want to know. This might help. If he can answer me this question, it might help me understand his mind. What if I was a white man? If I was a white man.
I'm telling you, it's penis envy.
I don't know.
It's a bunch of dudes who grew up hiding behind their mother's skirt.
Yeah.
Okay. And cling to a fighter for whatever reason that they cling to him.
Yeah.
And think that for whatever reason that this fighter is above criticism and reproach. No matter what. He can lose a fight. But you can't talk about him. You can't criticize him. Never mind the fact that he lost to Orlando Salido. It was only his second pro fight. But he's the best thing since sliced bread because he beat Gary Russell Jr. Well, that was his third pro fight. So you make an excuse for a second pro fight having lost, but you give him accolades for winning his very next fight. Well, what is it going to be? Because it seems to me that if he was so good in his third pro fight, then there isn't a whole lot of improvement he can make from his second to his third. So if you're going to give him accolades for winning his third pro fight against Gary Russell Jr., then you have to acknowledge the loss in his second pro fight and not make the excuse that it was only his second pro fight. Okay? But unfortunately, the penis envy has broken the wiring in their brain cells, their brain stem, where they can't think straight. Listen, Lopez, right? Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
15-0 when he fought Lomachenko, right? 15-0.
Yeah.
Right? Beaten nobody prior to, hasn't beaten anyone since. But you would think Teofimo Lopez is the best thing since sliced bread. Why? Because he beat their Messiah. Okay?
Yeah.
No. A great fighter does not lose to the likes of Teofimo Lopez, who loses his next fight to a guy with a 50% KO ratio.
Well, I never said Teo. I mean, I never said Lomachenko wasn't a great fighter. I think he is. I think he's a very special fighter. Great. I think he's done some great things. I think he's very special. This cat here just blew a fuse because I don't know if it's because I'm a man of color, but it seems as if my color is an issue to him. So I asked him if I was a white man, would that be okay then? Could I offer a constructive observation if I was a white man? If I was a white, is it because I is black? The only thing you could offer this guy that would maybe possibly help would be maybe penis enlargement surgery. And that would be about it. Okay, because the guy is suffering. You don't sound right. Just penis. Let's stop saying that.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Don't sound right.
My apologies. But the guy is suffering from an acute case. Okay?
I don't know. I mean, what do I need to do to be able to offer my honest opinion? My honest opinion that the guy lost. That doesn't mean to say that I expect anybody else to think that way or feel that way. I don't go around and do a survey. I don't write my scorecard and then go around and do a survey to see if what I feel is right, because I did this live. I wasn't sleepy. I didn't do it at 4 a.m. I did it in the morning. I woke up and I thought, I want to watch the fight. But I thought, well, if I'm watching the fight, I may as well I'm going to score the fight, but I thought I may as well do it live. I watched 2 rounds and I thought, what's his name? Ortiz won the first and second round. And I thought, let me do this live. I know it's the morning, a lot of people, or just before lunchtime, a lot of people won't be up or they'll be busy. But let me just do it live anyway, for anybody who wants to participate or is able to participate. Where's my pen? Okay, so I just did it live. I just went live. It wasn't advertised, and I did it live. I scored the fight live, and I scored it as I saw it. I scored it as I saw it, and then I looked around to see who else scored the fight, and there's certain other places where they normally have unofficial scoring that I normally go to check out, compare and contrast what they saw and what I saw, and it wasn't there. So I went to a next place, Boxing Junkie, and I found it. They did an assessment. They didn't score it, but they commented on each round, and it ran pretty parallel to mine. Their conclusion was that Lomachenko narrowly won it. My conclusion was that Lomachenko narrowly lost it. You know what I mean? But their breakdown was pretty much damn near as in accordance with my breakdown. I think they kind of shirked it. They kind of chickened out at the very end, because what they say is that Lomachenko narrowly won. But what they wrote, if you look at what they wrote, they say that adds up to Ortiz narrowly winning. Now, I personally don't have a horse in the race. I did see Ortiz fight prior, and I did think that he was going to spring the upset. Yes, I did. I think he's fleet of foot. I think he's tricky. I think he's got really good movement. And I thought that was very tricky. He's very slippery as well. And I thought that would be enough to upset Loma. And I believe he upset Loma, but I don't get out of shape if somebody else thinks that Loma won. I'm cool with it. I'm not getting out of shape. I don't get out of shape with it. But I think that Ortiz won the fight. Had it a draw, but only just. If anyone won, it was Ortiz. You know, and you know, I don't get out of shape either way. I don't get out of shape.
So can I chime in?
Yeah.
So listen, regardless of who you have winning, whether you think it was a draw, whether you had it for Ortiz, whether you had it for Lomachenko looked bad in this fight for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, this was his sparring partner.
Yeah.
Okay? This was a sparring partner. You're fighting a close fight with your sparring partner. And two, this is a guy who's never been in a 12-round fight before.
Right.
Okay? Perhaps if Ortiz had a couple of 12-rounders under his belt, who knows what would have happened. But here's what I find most interesting. Deontay Wilder received tons and tons of criticism for the Helenius fight. Yeah. Helenius being his sparring partner.
Yeah.
Where's the criticism for Lomachenko for having done the same thing? Okay, look, at minimum, Helenius had 20 fights on his belt.
Yeah.
This guy was 16-0, 16-0-1. So where's the criticism?
Well,
this guy never fought a 12-round fight before. Where's the criticism? His sparring partner.
But then, I mean, Ortiz didn't get knocked out in the first round.
And this is why Lomachenko looks bad. Well, Deontay Wilder, he knocks out his sparring partner. This guy, he gets a gift.
Yeah, but Helenius is not as good a fighter as Ortiz. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz. He's bigger, but he's not as good a fighter. He's not the same quality fighter as Ortiz. Ortiz is a quality fighter. Helenius is not.
I'm not here to debate, but what I am going to do is point out the facts. And the facts are, Deontay Wilder got loads of criticism for fighting his sparring partner. Lomachenko didn't. Why is that? Why is that?
It's a different caliber. It's a different caliber, though. It's a different caliber of sparring partner, though. One is a high level. This Ortiz, even though he's young, and one is mediocre. He's an average mediocre. Well, I don't say mediocre. He's just a Mr. Average. I hear what you're saying. Are you drawing a parallel? I hear what you're saying. What up, Chad? What up, Chad? I hear what you're saying. What's going on here? Jermaine Ortiz is a world-class fighter. He has a well-accomplished amateur career. Yep. I saw him fight, and I thought, yo, this guy could upset Loma. That's what I saw months ago, and it came to pass. He upset Loma. I expected it, and that's what happened. In my estimation, I understand everybody's got their own scorecards. Everybody who scored it, they got their own scorecards. I got mine. But very, very quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what I'm going to show. I'll just read, show. I got too many windows open now. Something needs to give. Hold up, I can shut down.
So we can speculate and debate on the worthiness of Wilder's last opponent as compared to Lomachenko's last opponent. But what is not questionable in my mind is that Lomachenko looked bad.
Yeah.
By a guy with 17 fights.
Yeah.
Who had never fought a 12-rounder before.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, all I know is that Ortiz fought really well. I commented on somebody else's show, different channel. I said that Ortiz won 115 to 113, and the cat responded. What did he say? Clean shots. Yeah, Loma landed more clean shots than Ortiz did, but overall volume to me was on Ortiz's side. So the few shots that Loma landed, they were cleaner, yeah, but then the overall volume was on Ortiz's side to my eyes. So we got the volume, but then you got the movement. I like the way Loma tried to turn him sometimes, and he countered the turning. He countered Loma's turning. I liked his footwork. We're talking about Ortiz, his fleet of foot. We know Loma's fleet of foot, but Ortiz's fleet of foot as well. When you put all of those things together, Ortiz came out on top for me.
Say, Raphie, when, in my mind, when people start quoting punch stats, the first thing that I think is that this person doesn't know anything about boxing. Because punch stats are not what wins fights. What wins fights is that you win more rounds than your opponent.
Yeah.
Punch stats have nothing to do with how many rounds you win. Because you can land punches at a 10-to-1 ratio over your opponent and still lose the fight.
Yeah.
Okay? Punch stats are meaningless, essentially. Plus, what are punch stats other than two idiots sitting at ringside with Super Nintendo controllers calling themselves scoring punches that land as opposed to punches that don't land? It's comical. And anyone who knows anything about boxing would understand that punch stats are comical. So when somebody starts quoting punch stats to make their argument, what that means is they have no argument.
You have said,
is this lightweight? No, this is heavyweight.
Is this lightweight?
Is this lightweight? No, this is heavyweight.
I'm sorry, bro. I thought that was funny. Is this lightweight?
Yeah.
Is this lightweight?
So
I'm sorry. It makes me laugh.
The Lomachenko fanboys can use that as an excuse when Lomachenko loses.
I'm sorry. It's funny. It's funny to me. That's funny to me. It's funny to me. I'm sorry. It makes me laugh every time.
Is this lightweight?
Is this lightweight? No, this is heavyweight.
I'm sorry if anybody thinks that's bad in some kind of way. They must be out of their freaking mind. They must be out of their freaking mind. I think I'm going to shut this down, though. I hope I don't need it again. I don't have to be going back and forth although I do go back and forth. The poll is open. Jump into the poll. We're going to move on from this, but first, we're in Boxing Junkie. I hope you can see it. You can see it. There it is, Boxing Junkie. And we're going to look at their round by round breakdown and look at my round by round scoring. Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and then we're going to move on. Couple of minutes and then we going to move on. Wizard Sleeves, True Geordie versus Untrue Gypsy. OMG. What we got here? Okay, good. Hold on. Let me bring this up just in case people can't see it too clear. How does that look? Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. That looks good. That's legible. That is legible. Okay, what's that? Okay, that's the street lights. That's the street light. Okay, so round one, we're looking at this in comparison to my scorecard. Okay, round one, because I write notes as well sometimes next to the not just the score, but notes. Okay, so round one, I had for Ortiz. Outworks Loma with jabs upstairs and downstairs. That's what I wrote. Now let's have a look what they wrote. Boxing Junkie. Okay. Ortiz probably won the opening round with his jab, which is nice. Neither guy really did much beyond that. There were no eye-catching power shots for Lomachenko. It was a feel-out round. Okay, that's round one, so they don't disagree with me. I had that for Ortiz. Okay, round two. Another good round for Ortiz. Still jabbing, mixing in power shots here and there, and moving well. He's an elusive target. Lomachenko asserted himself to some degree, but he really didn't get much done. That's 2 rounds. I marked that for Ortiz. Okay. Round 3, I also had for Ortiz. Let's see what Boxing Junkie said. Mostly the same. Ortiz sticking, moving, frustrating Lomachenko for most of the round. However, Lomachenko had his best moment with about 45 seconds left in the round, landing a right hand that got Ortiz's attention.
So, can I interject for just a second?
Yes.
Now, see, the Lomachenko fanboys would argue, okay, well, that one right hand won him the round.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They're going to focus on that. They're going to think of the name of the person, focus on that right hand and say, oh, well, he won the round. And no. So the third round, I also have for Ortiz. And if you look at what they write, it don't mean that they're because they agree with me that we're both right. I'm just saying that what my scorecard is consistent with what you're seeing here. Okay, that's just the point that I'm making. Okay, round 3, Ortiz. Round 4. Who did I have that for? I also had that for Ortiz. Okay, let's see what they had. The fight has been more competitive the past 2 rounds, as Lomachenko is busier. However, Ortiz, maybe they meant this round. But anyway, however, Ortiz had another good round. He beat Lomachenko to the punch, did well inside, continued to move. You have to think Lomachenko will turn the tide. Okay, so that's still consistent with my scorecard, which I had round 4 for Ortiz, and I wrote next to it, out hustles. Ortiz out hustled Loma. That's what I got down in my notes, although I just wrote out hustled. I didn't need to write his name because he won the round. So out hustles mean that Ortiz out hustled Loma according to what I saw. That's round 4. Now round 5 is the first round I give to Lomachenko. Let's see what they say. Good round for Lomachenko. It was as if he said, okay, I'm taking charge now. He outworked Ortiz. His punches were accurate. He was in control. Ortiz was competitive, but the tide could be turning. That's what I saw. Round 5, I gave to Loma. Round 6, back to Ortiz. Let's see what they said. Lomachenko kept up the pressure, although he didn't land quite as much. Ortiz is fighting hard, still giving his veteran opponent some problems. However, the underdog's left eye is closing, which could be a problem. So they were up in the air. They didn't go one side or the other. I went back to Ortiz for round 6. Round 7, back to Ortiz, still with Ortiz. Let's see how they saw it. Close round. Ortiz is still doing his thing, although he switched from orthodox to southpaw for most of the round. He's still jabbing, still moving, still giving Lomachenko some problems. Lomachenko is staying after him, though. Once again, they're uncommitted. I went with Ortiz.
So, Raphie, can I interject for a second?
Yes,
so
of course.
This fight is following a similar pattern as did the Lopez fight, where Lopez basically dictated the pace for the first half of the fight, with Lomachenko coming on in the second half of the fight.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
And it seems to me that the Lomachenko fanboys have short memories.
Yes,
because the fight is 12 rounds.
Yes,
not the last 3 or 4 rounds. It's 12 rounds.
But the Lomachenko fight, the Lopez fight was a game of 2 halves, a game of 2 distinct halves. Here in round 7, you've seen it's a 50. Oh no, that's round 9. Round 7, close round. So it's not as clear as the Lopez fight, where it was like black in the first half and white in the second half. It was clear and distinct. This fight wasn't that. So now we're at round 8, and I've given that to round 8 to Ortiz. Let's see what these cats had to say. Good round. Oh, by the way, folks, the poll is still open. We're going to be talking about Tyson Fury momentarily. The poll is still open. Okay, round 8. Good round for Ortiz. Good round for Ortiz. That's what they say. He was more active than Lomachenko, beating him to the punch, pushing the action most of the time, and Ortiz isn't moving as much as he had. He's more flat-footed. He held several times when Lomachenko got close. Good round for Ortiz, they say. What does that mean? Good round for Ortiz. It means yeah. Well, to me, I've got it as a win for Ortiz. Round 9, I've got it as a win for Lopez. In fact, round 9, 10, 11, 12. So from round 9 onwards, I gave all of those rounds to Lomachenko. So let's go to round 9. But understand, that still meant that he lost on my scorecard, 15-13. But let's go to round 9. Tough round to score. So it's a tough round to score. So it wasn't no runaway victory. It wasn't no runaway train. It was a tough round to score. Ortiz was the busier puncher, and he landed a number of his shots. Lomachenko landed the cleaner blows, the ones that stood out the most. That was essentially a 50-50 round. So let's be clear. I was generous to Lomachenko. It wasn't that I begrudgingly gave him rounds. I was generous when I gave him rounds, like round 9, for example. So another person could have had that for Ortiz. I generously gave it to Lomachenko. Round 10. All of these rounds I scored for Lomachenko. Round 10. Lomachenko really fought with urgency that round and had success, landing some eye-catching power shots. Ortiz is tired but not giving in. He had some decent moments too that round. Lomachenko won it though. Yep.
I thought Ortiz took the 10th round off.
Yep.
I thought he took it off.
Yeah, could have done. Round 11, another round I gave for Lomachenko. Lomachenko is controlling the championship rounds. He landed some big blows mid-round, at least one of which seemed to hurt Ortiz. I think Ortiz stumbled in that round, if I'm not mistaken. Ortiz isn't giving up, but he isn't getting much done now. Okay, I gave that round to Lomachenko. And round 12, I also gave to Lomachenko. Lomachenko finishes strong. My guess is that he won the last several rounds to pull out what will be a fairly close decision. It turned out to be a good night for Lomachenko. What? It turned out to be a good night. I don't think so. And Ortiz, although And Ortiz also made a strong statement regardless of what the scorecards say. I don't think it was a good night for Lomachenko at all. I had him losing 15-13, and what was written here concurs. If you added up, if you put a score to each one of these rounds based on what was written, I say to you that it would come out with Ortiz being the winner.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Where in the hell did that 117, 111 scorecard come from?
I don't know.
I didn't see that fight. I damn sure didn't see that fight.
That was fictitious. That was some. Why is everything reverberating so much? That was fictitious. That was nonsensical. That made no sense whatsoever. So I put it to you people. That there. If you put a score to each one of those rounds based on what was written, Ortiz would emerge the winner. That's why I said they just came up with this statement at the end. My guess is that it's several rounds. My guess is that Lomachenko pulled out several rounds to pull out what will be a fairly close decision. Well, that's not what you wrote. That's not what you wrote. That's not what each round represents. Each round, if you attribute a score to it, to each fighter, either a 10 or a 9, then Ortiz wins based on what you wrote. Because it's consistent with what I had on my scorecard. So there you have it, people. There you have it. That's my scorecard against, in juxtaposition to what Boxing Junkie wrote, and my scorecard is consistent with it. What is this here? Ali G. Is it because I'm black? That's a comedy character over here in the UK. Ali G. He's the guy who did Borat. Same guy who did Borat. Sacha Baron Cohen. Sacha Baron Cohen. Yeah, so I think we can drop that down now. I think my point has been made. Do I need this open for any reason? I think I can drop that down now. I can get that out of there. Okay, I can get that out of there. Let's go over to the poll. Where am I? Over here. Okay, let's have a look at it. Well, how long has it been up? It's been up for a while now. And what would be the more competitive fight? Fury versus Wallin, Chisora, or Sanchez? Okay, Wallin has 40% of the vote, Sanchez has 60% of the vote, and Chisora has 0% of the vote. That means that Chisora would be the least competitive out of the three. And I think that speaks volumes when as we now move and look at, hold on a second, hold on. As we move and we look at the Tyson Fury Firago, well, what's a good word for it? The Tyson Fury fit. Tyson Fury had a little hissy fit. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're looking at. Hissy fit at the True Geordie. Now, for our foreign friends, our friends overseas, our non-UK friends, you're probably wondering who the hell is True Geordie. Well, True Geordie is the guy to the left of your screen. And he is this guy's own podcast, a very successful podcast. He gets big numbers. Geordie, what's a Geordie? A Geordie is someone who comes from, how can I show you this better? Different areas of the country. Hey, this is interesting. I never thought of that. This, I don't know if it applies to America, but different parts of the country may do to a certain extent. Have different areas. Map of England. England. And these places, map of England, and these places, so I pull this one up. They have, okay, there we are. No, it's too messy. Why is it so messy? Why is it so messy? Hold on a second. Let me just share. Let me stop sharing this and let me share the map. Let me share the map. Okay, so the different map of, let me share that. No, that's not the one that I want to share. So different places, they have different nicknames for the people of those places. So for example, a person who comes from Liverpool is called a Scouser. You know, Liverpool, where the Beatles come from. Person who comes from Liverpool, the nickname for them, they're called a Scouser. Scouse. A person who comes from the heart of London, you call them a Cockney, and so on. So I think that most places they will have their nicknames. Where's that? That's Scotland. Where's and a person who comes from Newcastle. There's Newcastle. I must have passed it. Cheshire, Leeds, North Yorkshire, Durham, Northumberland. Where the hell's Newcastle? Newcastle's around there somewhere. It's around North Yorkshire. Can I get it? Can I get this damn thing bigger? Let's make this damn thing bigger. No, don't work. Don't work when you make it bigger. I'd love to find Newcastle, Stirling, Falkirk, West Lothian, East Lothian. Damn. Well, that's Scotland though. Northumberland, Cumbria, Durham. I'm gonna leave old Durham town. North Yorkshire's massive in comparison to Leeds. What the hell? What the hell? Anyway, Newcastle is there somewhere. What's the point of this? Well, that's where the true Geordie comes from. He's a Newcastle guy, and the nickname for a Newcastle guy is a Geordie. So he's a Newcastle guy. Let's try a different map. So he's a Newcastle guy. Oh, it's the same damn thing. That's horrible. He's a Newcastle guy. And Newcastle guys, they are called Geordies. Geordies. So true Geordie. Forget it. True Geordie. That's the nickname for where he is from. Let's have a look what people saying. Geography and culture lesson. You get value. You get value. Fury made a total tit of himself in that interview. He knows. Anyone that knows Raph knows he's a good guy. Never a racist. No way, no how. No way, no how. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, for me, it's difficult. I come from the inner city. It's not like I come from some kind of place where there's only one type of person, like there's only black people or only white people or only Asian people. I mean, I'm surrounded. Where I live is truly multicultural. You'd have to be a special kind of person to be racist or to not have friends of all nationalities from where I come from. Do you know what I mean? You'd have to be a special kind of person. You'd have to be pretty special to not have friends of all races from where I come from, because you're surrounded by multi-cultures. Where is this? Where is this? The geography lesson. Yeah, geography and culture. Brummies from Birmingham. That's a good point. I forgot about Brummies. For Wales, for Welsh guys, when I was in the Army Cadets, we had a couple of Welsh guys. We had a Welsh guy. We called him Taffy. I don't know what that means or where it comes from. I hope it's not an abusive term. Philip Khan Roberts is a Welshman. He'll enlighten me on that one. But Welshman, they're called Taffy. Scotsman's, what's a Scotsman called? Scotsman, they've got a special name. I've forgotten. Scotsman, they have a special name. I've forgotten, nickname. But anyway, North versus South, who wins? All our regard for Klitschko's all these years, and you must have noticed that they are white. Brandon Lamb. Yeah, I found them boring as hell, but you have to give them their respect. Me, I thought the Klitschko's were boring as hell, but you have to give them their respect, and I give them their respect. You know what I'm saying? Even though I found them boring as hell, but you give them their respect. Is Brandon Lamb here? Is he here? Yeah, I was in the Army Cadets. There was a geezer called Taffy, a Welsh guy called Taffy. I don't know what it means. I hope it's not an offensive term to Welsh people, but I think that's the name he chose for himself, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we called him, Taffy. Called him Taffy. You need to enlighten us on Taffy, Philip Khan Roberts. Okay, so let's get back to the True Geordie. That's the geography lesson. What's that? Cut that down. Screen, share, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Damn, thirsty today. Let's get some water down. Let's get some water down. Okay, so Tyson Fury lost it. True Geordie was asking him some tough questions about the Chisora fight. As a matter of fact, rat-a-tat-tat. That's been up for 60 minutes. Let's close the poll. Let's close the poll and get the data. Let's copy that. Hold on a second. No. That's where I started copying it. Boom, boom, boom. Apparently, Taffy was a Welshman in an English nursery rhyme. I had to look it up. Okay. Yeah. Never really knew what it meant. What would be the more competitive fight? Fury versus Sanchez, 60%. Fury versus Wallin, 40%. Fury versus Chisora, 0%. So that's how the public feel about the Chisora fight. It's not competitive. A Wallin fight would be competitive. A Sanchez fight would be competitive, but he chose Chisora. I'm pretty sure those other fights could have been made, but he chose Chisora. And True Geordie wasn't having it. True Geordie, let's listen.
Law in your heart.
But he is not on the level.
Hold on.
In boxing and in fighting than 10 men like you could ever achieve.
I agree
I'm
with
not
you.
just going to let you sit here and slate somebody.
So Tyson Fury is having his say.
How do you know that?
I don't believe so, because he struggled so much with you last time that the crowd were booing towards the end of the fight because it was so
Styles
boring.
make fights, just
He's booing. The crowd are booing. At the end of the last time Fury fought Chisora. And that was years ago. And anyway.
then 10 men like you.
What's Fury bit back.
No matter what you say or what people like you want to say about Derek Chisora, he's achieved more than in boxing and in fighting than 10 men like you could ever achieve.
Uh-oh. That's a hard job. That's a hard job. Okay, True Geordie comes back.
I agree
So I'm
with
not
you.
just going to let you sit here and slate somebody who's fought the best fighters of this
I'm
era.
not slating him. I just don't think he's good enough to be in there with you anymore.
Okay, so Fury says, I'm not going to let you, somebody like you, sit down and slate a man who's worth 10 of you.
I think Derek Chisora is a legend of what you can achieve with war in your heart. But he is not up to your level.
Just talking over each other there.
Is this about the payday for Chisora for you a little bit? Is
It's about payday. You're trying to give him a payday? I don't know about that.
And if you don't want to watch it, then please don't. And if you do, tune in. And if you don't want to buy a ticket, don't buy a ticket. And if you do, we let the rest of the 50 or 60 odd thousand that's already bought tickets.
50 odd thousand, 60 odd thousand. I'm really intrigued. To see how many people actually show up to that thing, because bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell, giving his mate a payday. I don't know if Tyson Fury's the generous type of guy. Seems pretty tight. In all honesty, I thought Taffy came from how most Welsh pronounce Taffy. Well, could be that. Learn something new every day, I suppose. For real. Fury giving his mate a payday. I don't think Tyson Fury's that type of guy. I don't think he's a generous type of guy. I really don't. I think he don't seem that type. He didn't give any money. He said he's going to give all his purse to build houses for the pure. He's going to give all of his purse for the Wilder Fury one. To build houses for the poor. Didn't do it. Didn't do anything remotely like that. Not even half his purse. So I don't know. He don't seem that giving type of guy. Facts aren't a hard word to chew for Fury in this interview. He didn't like it. But let us proceed.
So
one last question about you, sir.
I beg to differ with you because there's already been over 60,000 tickets sold. So somebody's obviously interested in the fight.
What?
60,000 tickets sold, really? Well, bloody hell, mate. That's whew. If you achieve that, that's something. I mean, wow. See, who the hell is buying tickets? Oh. Anyway.
I think people are interested in you because you are great. And I don't dispute that for 1 second, Tyson. But what people really want is...
You can see what I'm...
All right, carry on.
From. I can't let you, probably never had a fight in your life, run Chisora down. He's fought everybody.
I'm not doing that.
He's not running Chisora down, though, is he? He's not running Chisora down. He's just saying...
I'll not let that happen.
He's not running Chisora down. He's just saying it's not a competitive fight, my man. We just done a poll. For goodness sakes.
I'm just saying the facts are he's lost 50% of his last 15 fights and isn't at the level that
he lost 50% of his last 15 fights. That's what the man's telling you.
At world level. And he fought what is now the unified heavyweight champion of the world in Usyk, pushed him all the way.
Styles make fights. He did do that. Styles make fights, my friend.
I don't. I think the heavyweight fights and anything can happen.
It's a heavyweight fight. Anything could happen, but it's not a competitive fight, my man. Come on. Stop trying to avoid the truth.
I'll fight Derek Chisora off because you're only one punch away from victory.
Yeah, come on. Be logical, man. Be logical. You know what the guy is saying? True Geordie is trying to tell you. Why is this thing reverberating so much? What the hell is wrong with it? Just coming right through. Anyway.
Chisora does it, I think the world will be happy.
If Chisora does it, the world will be happy.
Yeah, the interview, Tyson. I understand where you're coming from. I appreciate you and Derek are legends of British boxing. All respect in that sense. And I wish you the best of luck, mate.
Okay. And at this point, Tyson Fury loses his shizzle. Okay. Over to you, Tyson.
See you next time. Cheers,
I
mate.
think you're a tosser. You little tosser. And
Thanks.
I won't be doing any more interviews with you.
Oh, Tyson says, I won't be doing any more interviews with you. You're not going to play with my ball. I'm taking my ball and I'm leaving. I'm taking my ball and I'm leaving. You're not going to do no more interviews with you.
Tosser, bearded,
No worries,
bald-headed.
mate. Thanks.
Tosser, bearded, bald-headed. He's like he's talking to himself. You know what I mean? That's normally Tyson Fury, isn't it? Hey? Bald-headed, bearded, normally. Hey?
Very much.
Kiss my balls.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's an offer he can't accept, I'm afraid. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Tyson Fury is struggling to turn his phone off. And he thinks I've got to get a few more insults in while I turn my phone off.
Shit house.
Have you worked out how to close this phone? Are you all right?
Tyson Fury pauses.
Suck
Hit the
a
button at the
dick.
bottom.
Oh, dear.
What?
OMG. OMG. Fight doctor. You still there?
So there is something seriously wrong with Tyson Fury. Remember, I said a while back that Tyson Fury is selling crazy and I'm buying. Well,
Yeah.
I'm still heavily invested. Heavily invested. There's just something off with him.
Yes.
Maybe it's the drugs. Maybe he's just, who knows? I don't know. But there's just something wrong. Listen, everyone in the world seems to understand that this fight is utterly useless and meaningless, and is, to be completely honest with you, beneath him as the heavyweight champion of the world. You're fighting this guy. All the other guys you could have fought, you're fighting this guy.
For real.
I mean, when is the last time Derek Chisora like actually won a meaningful fight?
Yeah. First time he fought Joseph Parker, I think he won that one. The judges went against him.
So, I mean, listen, I could understand that maybe if he were coming off of a real tough fight and a long layoff and needed a tune-up, okay.
Yeah.
But you just knocked out Dillian White 6 months ago. One punch knocked him out in a fight where, did you even get hit?
For real.
Okay. So this fight is inexcusable.
Pointless.
It's a travesty. It's a sham. And I think that anyone who does not call this fight what it is does a disservice to the boxing public.
For real.
And I think Tyson Fury is doing himself a disservice by trying to act like this fight is something that it's not. It's a sham.
It's a sham. It is totally a sham. It's exactly what it is. It's a sham. It's a sham. It's a shame. And it's a waste of a fight. But I understand. I mean, that's Tyson. That's what Tyson Fury does. I'm just surprised he's brazen enough. I'm surprised that he's so brazen that he would try to pass that off.
Hey, can I add just one more thing?
Yeah.
Now, I understand that Tyson Fury is the heavyweight champion of the world and that he's earned the right to fight whom he pleases.
Yeah.
And I agree. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Nobody can dispute that, despite what the IBF and WBA say.
For real.
And he has earned the right to fight whomever he pleases.
Yeah.
However, that does not take away from the boxing public's right to criticize his choice of opponent and his lack of opposition.
For real. For real. Yeah. We got the right to reply. We got the right to reply. He's got a right to pick his fights, pick and choose. We have the right to reply, and excuse me, and right there, you can see how the British, the worldwide public feel what would be the more competitive fight? Sanchez, 60%. Wallin, 40%. Chisora, nil point. Nil point. No, it's just inexcusable. Tyson Fury, True Geordie, I congratulate him. He did the British public a great service, whereas a lot of these boxing cats did the British public a grave disservice. You know, man, your Michelle Joe Phelpses, your Gareth A. Davises. Don't ask me what the A stands for. You know, I did the boxing public a major disservice. What happened there? Didn't mean that to happen. Come back. What's going on? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Why can't I alter the size? I don't know. What the hell's going on? This thing's jumping around like a jumping jack's playing around. What we got here? How is Chisora in Fury's era if Usyk is not? Usyk is closer to Fury's age than Chisora. Well, I think I know what he's saying. I think what Fury is saying is that Usyk is not fighting as a heavyweight. Therefore, he's not in the heavyweight. He's not in the heavyweight picture. He wasn't in the heavyweight picture for all the years when Tyson Fury was. So I think I understand what he's saying. I think that's what he's saying, and I can kind of see what he's saying there. But the other guys, all the other guys, they were in his era. They were fighting at heavyweight, and therefore they were in his era. Bruce Gass, boxing, jazz and more up in the building. How you doing, Bruce? Gareth A. Davis wants to be Paris Fury. Hey, it wouldn't be surprised me. I'm sure he's probably offered himself up many a time. He's probably said, "Hey, Tyson, Tyson, don't take this the wrong way. I know Paris isn't with you tonight, and we're in the hotel. If there's anything," this is Gareth A. Davis talking, "if there's anything you need, if there's anything that I can do for you, Tyson, just let me know. Here's a room. I'm at room number such and such. Just write that down. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. My name's Gareth A. Davis, and I'm here for you." That's Gareth A. Davis for you, making himself available. No question about it. Usyk and AJ came out of the same Olympics, yeah, but Usyk went cruiser and Joshua went heavyweight. So I can understand what Tyson's saying there. I can understand Usyk hasn't been a heavyweight for the bulk of his career. He's just jumped in. So I can see the little wrinkle there. I can see that. I understand that. I understand what he's saying. Kind of. Okay. Chisora Usyk turned amateur the same year, just a year before Fury, but apparently he meant pro boxing. So why did he duck David? But there you go. That's a good point. Why did he duck David Price? Why duck David Price? That's a fair point indeed. There are other things that we could talk about. We could talk about the Conor Benn thing, but I'm not really inclined to. I don't want to make this thing run too long. We've done the 1 hour 30. I don't want to overspill. I just want to leave it. Right there. If we need to do a second show this week, then I'm sure we're going to talk about the Conor Benn thing. We can do it then. But I want to leave this as it is. I want to have a look at the boxing fixtures this weekend. Coming. Manage settings. Reject all. Get out of here. Let's have a look. What we got? Okay, we got some Japanese cats. We got loads of Japanese cats. We got, When's that? 5th of November. Okay, so the big one is Bivol versus Ramirez. What time is that going on? 10 p.m.? You're joking. Wow. 10 p.m. London time, Europe time. Wow, that's great. Well, obviously, Bivol versus Ramirez. We're going to be covering that right here on Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio.
Who do you like in the fight?
Well, I'm going with Bivol. I'm going with Bivol. He's the more seasoned guy. Having said that, Ramirez, is he more seasoned? Ramirez got 44 victories, 0 losses, 0 draws. Bivol got 20 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws. Light heavyweight champion, WBA championship, WBA. Who you got?
I think it's going to be a close fight.
Could be.
I think there's an argument to be made for both guys. I mean, certainly at this point, Bivol has beaten the better opposition, but I think Bivol is getting a lot of traction out of beating what I think was a disinterested and unmotivated Alvarez. So, I mean, I don't know. I think Bivol is probably going to be the biggest, strongest, and most skilled fighter that Zurdo is going to be the biggest, strongest, and most skilled fighter that Bivol will have faced.
Yeah, could
so,
be.
I mean, I don't know.
It's an interesting fight.
I can see reasons for both guys. Right now, I'm maybe leaning Zurdo.
Yeah.
But you know, I think it's going to be a close fight. I wouldn't be surprised if you know either guy wins. But I think it's probably going to end up being a close. I'll put it this way: if it turns out to be a wide decision, that would be shocking.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's probably going to end up being a close fight.
Yeah. Dang, music just kind of gave me the last little drum roll there at the end. Okay, folks, so I think we've gone through it. We've talked about whatever we want to talk about. We've been here for 1 hour 42 minutes, so we've gone way over time of the 1 hour 30 minute mark. Gone way over that. I think it's flown by. What have we talked about? I'm not even sure. I know we talked about. We went deep.
Listen, we also need to make note of the fact that Hearn wanted to swerve the Zurdo fight.
Wanted to swerve it. Did he? Did he want to swerve?
They didn't want. So Zurdo's team had to petition the WBA to make him the mandatory. Zurdo to enforce his mandatory. But I think I'll go back and double check. But I'm reasonably certain that Eddie Hearn did not want to make this fight. I think that's telling.
Well, Zurdo ain't no punk. Ramirez, he ain't no punk. He's hella big for the division. But the good news is it's a UK time. It's a time that's favorable in the UK. So I didn't realize that. So that we're going to be covering right here on the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. What did we talk about tonight? We talked about Lomachenko. I kept on calling him Lomachenko in the during the fight. That lady, whatever her name is, Lomachenko. And then Bradley. I think Bradley was on the mic as well, making me laugh. Lomachenko. It was Lomachenko. Obviously, I'm commentating, so I couldn't have the volume up, but I've been told that they were heavily favoring the commentary team. Sometimes I actually heard what they were saying, and they were favoring Lomachenko, which is Lomachenko, which is what I'm going to call it from now on, which was not a surprise. But I didn't let them sway me. I just marked it as I saw it, and I enjoyed the fight. It was interesting. We're not going to deep dive into how Devin Haney versus Lomachenko is going to talk about that later in the week. If we do a second live show, probably Wednesday or Thursday, maybe more likely Thursday, we'll talk about some things that we didn't manage to talk about this time around. But good to have the Fight Doctor. Good to have you jump on, Fight Doctor. Your brief final words, please, from the Fight Doctor.
Yeah. So just message to the Lomachenko fanboys: the manhood envy is not a good look.
Yeah.
All right. Just because somebody criticizes your Messiah, that doesn't make them racist. Where Lomachenko is concerned, there's a lot to criticize. He's been the benefit of favorable matchmaking and favorable promotion. They tried to make him pound for pound number one. This is when during the time when Andre Ward was still active, undefeated, and just come off beating what's his name? Kovalev. Okay. Andre Ward beats Kovalev, but you want to make Lomachenko, who had lost to Orlito Solando, you want to make him pound for pound number one. Yeah, no, there's lots of room for criticism for Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's yet to beat anyone. I'm sorry, but beating Gary Russell Jr. does not that doesn't put you pound for pound number one. It just doesn't. And it seems to me that up until this point, that's the best win on his resume. That's his best win. And there's nothing else.
Yeah. Yes. So that was the Fight Doctor. Good of the Fight Doctor to stop on by and chop it up over here at the rdcr. Okay. I had to remove one commentator on Sky a few years back mid-fight because he was talking nonsense. He had the Sky fighter winning when the fighter, oh dear, that's horrible. That is horrible. Horrible. Okay, folks, we're going to wait until overtime, approaching midnight over here. Oh no, it's 11:30, but that's still late. That's ideally I'd finish around 11, probably start at what? I started at 9:30. How the hell long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. Damn it, Raphie got work in the morning. Damn it. You know, sometimes the conversation flows. Sometimes it just flows. So we just flow with it. It's enjoyable time, good time had by all. Done a standalone video of the Tyson Fury True Geordie encounter. Feel free to go over there, check out the videos. Released a bunch of them this weekend. Check out the videos. We still got much to talk about, so we're gonna need a second show this week. Like, subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a mother to tell a father. Tell an uncle to tell a brother. Remember, it ain't racist to mark a scorecard, honestly. What was that cat's name? Whatever his name was. Shake your head, fella. Shake your damn head. You're ludicrous. You're outrageous. Anyway, good time was had by all. Over here, the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, Boxing Talk with Raphie, the original wrap-up show. Don't settle for any counterfeits. With that, we're out. Blessed.